What's happening, everyone? Welcome to Bitcast, episode 69. We made it. We did it. It's here.
Yep. 100%. We're done after this.
Yes, we're retiring.
Yeah. So enjoy the last episode of Season Gaming. 69.
We didn't even plan anything special.
No, we didn't. No.
Nope. All right. So I'm back.
A lot of things happening at the same time, though. So let's see how it goes.
Back from Germany, and as I told these guys, we may have to do these shows remotely from now on because I think I'm moving there. It was incredible, and we're going to work that time difference out. You guys will just have to record at 3 a.m., so deal with it.
Don't they have, like, warm beer?
No.
Warm beer? They have good beer. I didn't have any warm beer.
I don't even drink beer. I don't even know how that was relevant whatsoever, but all right.
You know what they have everywhere you go? Fresh baked pretzels.
Well, then...
Yeah, everywhere.
We're all moving to Germany.
It's incredible.
So all right. Baked pretzels.
So speaking of Germany, Gamescom is next week as you're listening to this, or basically starting this week probably as you're listening to this. So we're recording on the weekend prior, so we've got some news to cover, but obviously all the big stuff we'll be covering next week with our Gamescom coverage, so pay attention to the site for that. We'll have some, posting some articles and talking about all the reveals. We expect some big things. I know Keeley was saying that they've got like 12 studios showing games, and a lot of the big players in the industry are obviously going to be there, along with Inside Xbox, and Sony said they're showing up probably for some Death Stranding. Get to see some more walking, maybe a ladder or two.
That's what I'm really excited.
But anyway, let's get to what we have to talk about this week. And the first thing is Apex Legends. So Apex Legends has been very popular, as we know. We've talked about it a lot. Has a very big fan base, but they kind of rubbed them the wrong way this week with this new event titled Iron Crown. And so this was meant to be a special event where you could unlock new skins for your guns and characters and unique things over a course of 2 weeks. But what kind of happened is it's an incredible grind, and yet you could buy these things, and you guys will have to correct me here, but I believe, Bert, you said it was something like upwards of $150, $200 worth of stuff if you ended up buying it.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just kind of crazy. So you guys know more about this than me, so go for it.
I don't know a whole lot, but I think it was $170-something, and you got a little axe. It was like a little special axe. It was like the highest tier leveled axe, I guess. So your melee weapon. I don't play Apex Legends, if you can't tell. But yeah, people were really, really upset because you had to, there was a sequence of, purchases that you had to make, to get to that point. And, I'm all for, cosmetic purchases if they're,
within reason.
Yeah, within reason, yeah. But, even when they're not within reason, I'm still sitting on so many Anthem credits that they're coming out my metaphorical butt. So it's, and maybe actually out of my real butt. But here's the thing, you can't do that nowadays. You cannot, especially when you're trying to, build the game. You just came out with like that solo mode that, I guess people seem to like, so it's just it's a shame to kind of pull that kind of stuff on people when, you're trying to build that audience, and I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah, so for a little more detail on people that do play Apex a lot, so you would be able to earn a lot of the, I guess you call it loot, or the weapons and even the outfits for the skins for the characters. I think they were estimating somewhere between 40 to 60 hours to get some of the stuff that was in there. And then after you spent time doing that, you then had to, it unlocks the new skins that you could earn, but you couldn't earn them anymore after you reach a certain level. You have to pay for those things after grinding forever. So I think IGN did it, GameSpot did it. I think a lot of these big sites did it, and they tried to find out how much money it would cost to get there. And what Ains initially mentioned, it would, depending on what you wanted from these skins, it would range anywhere between $150 to $200. I think Dan, you mentioned $175 or something like that. So it became kind of like a "what are we doing here" type situation. Why is this? That. Yeah, what are we doing here? So what they did do, they did get the feedback, and this, by the way, this turned into a pretty big thing. If you logged on to the Reddit for Apex Legends, people were like, "I'm done with Apex Legends. I'm not going to play this game again. This is the biggest ridiculous ripoff that I've seen in a long time." And they did take that, and they have a schedule now for the following week. If you go on to Season Gaming, you can see what the schedule is for the remaining week. It's not fixed yet. The fix doesn't happen until Monday the 20th. So That's Tuesday the 20th. And then it's only going to be for one more week. So a whole week has gone down the drain. If you did grind for that stuff and have spent that money, you're not getting a refund, so that's not happening or anything like that. But now there is a specific day for each one of the skins and weapons that you may want to get from the Iron Crown event, and you can see what day it is that you want to get that, and you can earn it that day. So they did get this. Kind of a weird thing from Apex. I kind of expected Respawn would be doing a little bit better just based on how much of a successful launch they did, and I think we all had agreed that they were doing it right. But there was this stale period from Apex Legends that's kind of gone on for a few months now that's kind of like, what happened? What happened to the big thing that we were expecting? And this kind of overshadows the whole solos mode that came out recently too. So, I don't know. Pretty negative. I'm glad they heard the feedback, but still, what were they thinking?
It seems strange because Respawn usually does good by their fans too, and Apex has been pretty fan focused, which I don't know, it's kind of odd. So
then you have the umbrella. Is this another EA thing happening?
That was the question. But I mean, it seemed like Respawn was coming out and apologizing, and they're the ones changing it. So I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, but I like the plug for. The season game in there. That's up on the site if you need to check it out. You know what else is up on the site? News about a new Metro title. And maybe by the time this fourth one comes out, the third one will work properly for Bert.
Yeah, it might. I'm not holding my breath for the poor guy.
Bert has tried to play the third one, if you weren't aware, on Xbox multiple times and on PC, and still crashes for him, so I don't think he's meant to play it. But anyway, fourth Metro title being rumored by writer Dmitry Glukovsky. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
No, you were in Germany. You should know all this stuff.
That's not German.
Oh, is that Russian?
I don't know. German's worse. I can tell you that much.
Well,
but anyway,
same area.
He posts on Instagram that he's writing a new story and kind of alluded to the fact that there may be a fourth title in the works. So I know this is a pretty popular series with a lot of people. Exodus kind of took it to the next level. Interested to see what comes out of this.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it looks... Oh, you go ahead? Yeah,
go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I just wanted to say I had the worst luck playing the Metro Exodus. I keep getting to certain parts and I have to pretty much stab myself in the eyes just to continue to keep playing because the game breaks. But I did try it on Game Pass and it only works in safe mode. So I don't know what it is. And it's strange because I can play it at full settings on safe mode, but I can't play it without safe mode. I don't know. It's really, and by the way, this is with Game Pass with Xbox, so that works. I do have the Gears console on pre-order, so I'm going to try it again with the Gears console and see if that is a different experience. Maybe it's my Xbox. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it is cool to see that this might be in the works. I mean, he does write the books, and then usually the dev team takes from the books and they make a game. So I'm glad to see that. And also, once again, not to plug the site again, but on the site we do have, and I'm showing it on YouTube if you're looking at it, he did take the Metro Exodus box art and then put TBC on there to be continued. So that's kind of cool that he did that with some fun there, and good. I mean, I like the series a lot. That's the sad part. I wish I hated it, so when it crashed, I didn't care, but I do care quite a bit here.
You finished it, right?
I finished it, yeah. How far did you get, Bert?
I got to probably the 4-hour mark or something. I was story-wise, if you remember it, it's when you kind of clear out the initial islands, the train gets stuck on the tracks,
right,
and you have to get to the furthest part for them to remove the area on the train obstruction. So,
gotcha.
That's probably about 4 hours, and it's not playing like Ains where you uncover every rock that exists in the world.
The only way to play.
It's the only way to play. It's further in there. So actually, Dan, you finished the whole game, right? So how long does it take if you're trucking through?
Gosh, I wish I remembered. I would say 20 to 25 hours. It was. I mean, if you that's kind of medium. Going after everything and then enjoying it for what it is. I loved it actually. It was a really fun game. I love the Metro series. I haven't played the first two as much as I wanted to. But when I got into this one, I had no issues, at all. I mean, I had maybe a one glitch or two here and there, but after we talked about it, I started seeing other people on Twitter that were having issues with it in either form. You tried physical, you tried digital, and nothing. And that's really sad because it's a really, really good game. They did a really good job with the story. I'm really excited for the next one to come out. See what it's about. See if it's like a direct continuation. If it says to be continued, I'm assuming so. So I really enjoyed my time with it.
Sweet. All right. So another franchise that has been dormant for a while here is the Need for Speed. So we kind of talked about this rumor a little while ago. We now have confirmation and a announcement trailer for Need for Speed Heat, which is coming later this year, right in the heart of I think the biggest month, really, November 8th. You've got Modern Warfare, you've got Death Stranding, you've got something else I'm forgetting. Pokemon, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is interesting. I don't think there's any other racing game competition this fall, but I don't know. We talked about it before with Need for Speed. It was a franchise I loved years and years ago, but it just hasn't been the same, and the racing itself, the way it feels, has just been completely blown away by titles like Horizon. This is an EA Access game for me all the way, but what are you guys thinking after actually seeing it?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm going to wait for this to come out and on EA Access because I purchased the last one right off the bat because I was pretty excited for it and totally got disappointed. Really big letdown. But like you said, to your point, you coming from like the Forza series or even GT Sport, it's so much different the way things handle. It's way more arcade like, even more so than Horizon, I think.
Yeah.
It's just it's not as tight as you're all over the place. It was hard for me to control it. I like what they were trying to do, but I think they just kind of fell on their face. So with this Need for Speed Heat, I mean, unless it gets like 98 on Metacritic and I have to check it out, then I'm probably just gonna steer clear. It's not like there's not anything else to play that.
Witcher 3, watch out.
Yeah, get out of the way, Witcher 3.
The nice thing I think is we should get 10 hours for EA Access anyway, right?
Yep.
So we can actually all play the full game and see what it's actually
Perfect.
like. But what do you think, Bert? After you're the biggest racing fan probably out of the three of us.
Yeah, I'll wear that crown. Sure. I don't know. I used to be it's really sad because I used to be a massive Need for Speed guy. I mean, I had it on. Funny enough, I played the original on the 3DO. I played it on PC when it finally came to consoles. I played it over and over. We used to unlock the codes and play all the secret cars in them, and then they just kind of started changing. I'm trying to think of when the last Need for Speed was, and I think it's when they tried to reboot the series, and it was just called Need for Speed again, and then they started doing all this weird stuff.
17. Yeah. And then before that was Most Wanted, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So it's really strange. I think, and I don't really know, but I wonder if this genre of racing has kind of sailed on for the Need for Speed franchise because it's not really that good anymore. They've tried to have some corny story in each one of these, and what's really kind of ironic is when you're playing the Need for Speed games, it doesn't feel fast at all. You need more speed. It doesn't feel like you're moving fast through a town or anything. It feels like you're in slow. It's just very poorly optimized. So I hope this is good. The trailer seems to hint something towards like they're in Miami and you're once again running from the cops because of some kind of a bad drug deal or some kind of something happening.
It's a brand new story.
Yeah. It's Fast and Furious
brand new
17.
story. You're running from somebody. Customization appears to be live and well, so you'll be able to add weird stuff to your cars. I don't know, but the other thing is a lot of the trailer just look completely CGI'd. We haven't really seen. There's probably like 10 seconds in that trailer where it looks like there might be some gameplay, but I think we'll find out more at Gamescom. Maybe even some demos going on the floor or something. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too excited, as you mentioned. The fall is just nuts already, and Need for Speed's not even in my top 50 games to even think about.
Yeah, in fact, to your point about the footage in the actual announcement trailer, it says right at the end, game engine footage, which EA loves to do all the time, which means absolutely nothing. So, all right, so other dormant franchises that I'm more excited about is that THQ Nordic is talking about bringing back some of these IPs as we kind of expected as they were buying them up. And so Saints Row, as you would imagine, is coming back. But the big one for me is Time Splitters. Time Splitters has been gone for a very long time. But classic games, especially Time Splitters 2, were some of the best first-person shooters of their age. Don't really know what to expect. I mean, obviously, the expectations around a first-person shooter are much, much higher nowadays than they were 15 years ago. But, still very excited to see what they do with it. And Saints Row, I know, again, it's kind of the Funhouse Grand Theft Auto, and I know it has a pretty big fan base as well. People really like those games. And they happen to also mention Dead Island 2. If you remember, Dead Island 2 was announced many years ago now. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
2014. So I know it switched hands a few times and went to THQ Nordic now, so they're apparently going to be bringing it back, which is good. It'd be nice to see that game finally done. But I mean, with how good Dying Light 2 looks, that's going to be a hard game to make, I think. But regardless, cool to see some of these IPs coming back. Hope they're quality, of course. I think it's neat that THQ Nordic is taking this approach of taking these dormant IPs and just bringing them back for their fan bases. So pretty cool.
Yeah, THQ Nordic seems to be like on this buying frenzy, even if it's just the intellectual property of stuff, but they've bought studios, they've bought all these other things, so THQ Nordic has a lot of stuff in development, and I'm really excited to see this stuff. I hope they do something with Time Splitters. At one time it was my favorite shooter. I think this is before the whole Call of Duty frenzy started, that it was just so much fun to play Time Splitters with friends and stuff, so cool to see. I want to see more of it. I want to see something from it in the next year or two. Probably we'll start seeing something out of it.
Yeah, with as many as they've been buying up, I mean, there's probably, I mean, it'd be nice to just start seeing, every month, just start announcing another one. I'm really excited for a new Saints Row. Those games were super fun. They never took themselves seriously. I even enjoyed parts of Agents of Mayhem, which I know was kind of loosely tied to it a little bit, but this is good. I mean, and Time Splitters is a huge franchise back in the day. It was, and, it's I'm ready for it, man. I would say bring it on, but I'm saving that for later.
I was going to say, you better save that.
I'm saving it. Saving it.
All right, and then lastly, kind of waves went through the industry yesterday when it was announced that the creative director for Halo Infinite at 343 Industries, so Tim Longo, has left. According to 343, they gave a formal statement to Kotaku, who we don't like to mention too often here, but essentially he had been working in a different capacity for several weeks now, and now he is officially gone. So this was looked at as kind of big news because creative director on a franchise as big as, and title as big as Halo Infinite is always kind of big news. But the more promising thing here, and as someone who follows Halo and 343 very closely, shouldn't feel too down about this. Tim Longo was in charge of the Halo 5 campaign, which I can fairly say was probably the least loved campaign out of any Halo game. And the head of the creative vision and actual production on the game is not him. It was actually Chris Lee, and Chris Lee remains in charge of those things. So, meanwhile, Mary Olsen, who previously worked at Sony Interactive Entertainment, went to 343, I believe, earlier this year or last year. She's taking charge of the actual campaign team. So that's the team dedicated to campaign itself. So anyway, kind of made big news here, but I think this is really kind of big news for really no reason. I think it was more of like a panic thing when you see a creative director leave on Halo Infinite, but this should really have very little effect on the overall game. And it's still launching next year with Scarlet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to read into it too much or speculate, but it just seems like, him leaving is kind of, especially with taking a new role, it sounds like there might have been some, just little headbutts or something, maybe
Probably.
with the creative, and that, that happens, and it happens a lot in, development. It's not going to stop me from playing it, It's probably not going to stop it from selling millions and millions of copies either. It's fine. The Chris Lee is still there. I don't know him personally. I haven't met him.
He's a good guy.
He seems
Good
like
guy.
a nice guy. Yeah. And Mary, do your best. That's all you can do. Bring it on, Mary.
Oh, there it is.
Dropped it. No, I'm done with it.
Gotta throw it in there. Yeah, I really don't know much what to think about this one, just because I have no idea if there was any negativity, if there was design differences, or what. Nothing's really mentioned yet. I mean, it's, as Zane said, nothing really to freak out about now. If we start seeing something like the game is delayed or something, or development, cost whatever because he left, then we can really, speculate at that point. But at this moment, it's just too early to mention anything about it. So hopefully he lands on his feet somewhere else. Maybe he's working with another studio, maybe even the Initiative or something. Who knows? But I don't know. We'll see what happens. At the moment, I don't have much of a comment on it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Just going to go ahead and mention, because I forgot to mention it when you brought it up, but that Gears 5 Xbox, though. All over it.
Yeah.
All over it. All right, what are we currently playing? I have been. I'm just gonna go ahead and go here, guys, because I only just got back, and so I haven't played much, and I'll let you guys kind of take this segment. So I jumped back into Days Gone just yesterday. I'm enjoying myself. Decent game, not great, but it's decent, and it's it's fun to play, shoot some zombies, explore the world. So. Enjoying that, and then planning to jump in tonight, actually, finally, on Wolfenstein Youngblood with Bert, who is going to check every corner for every collectible to make sure we don't miss any.
You good luck.
So I don't think he knows what he signed up for in this co-op experience, but...
Yeah. Good luck,
I know, he'll be
man.
on, like, YouTube. Craig used to do that to me. We'd be playing a game co-op, and I'd hear things. I'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm watching a video. I'm like, we're playing a damn game!
Awesome.
Youngins. So what have you guys been up to?
I've also been playing a little bit of Youngblood, probably with somebody that's not quite as experienced, but it's still fun, kind of. It's not Wolfenstein 2,
Right.
so don't expect that. It's a little bit corny, but, it's still that solid, gun gameplay, It's kind of like Rage 2, where, like that core, gun mechanic was always really good. There are a lot of collectibles that
Yes!
3D glasses, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, but I just happened to find some of them. I wasn't like actively searching them out, but it keeps you going. There's from what I can tell, you kind of bounce around a lot from in a certain amount of areas. Different missions in that area that just kind of happen, here and there. It's pretty fun. It's a lot better playing in co-op, regardless of who you're playing with. I mean, it's much, much better. The AI is a little bit wonky, to say the least, playing single player. So, other than that, Fire Emblem, just keep plugging along in that game. And, of course, more Sea of Thieves, which I can't, for some reason, stop playing. I don't know what it is. I'm at the point now where I have to make Pirate Legend, or that's it. I mean, or I just never play the game again. That's what I've been pushing for.
Nice. What levels are you at on the main thing?
I am 2 away from Gold Hoarders, so I'm at 48 on there. The other 2, I'm pretty close, about 37 on each one.
Wow, you have been playing a lot.
Yeah. What's helping is these limited time gameplay events. So the last one really helped me get my Merchant Alliance up quite a bit because of what the treasures and stuff were. This one's working more towards the Order of Souls, and it's really helping me level that one up now.
Cool.
So my biggest worry is when I get past this, if they don't give me any more, how am I going to level those things up? Because I've already seen the Merchant Alliance start slowing down quite a bit. But it's really fun. This is not the game that released, when they had, not even close. They did so much work on this, and I, got to give it up to Rare for really sticking with it, keeping the fans engaged, adding more content. I love it, man. I mean, it's so much fun, even when you're sailing with not so great pirates. But it's fun.
It's funny you mention that because I don't want to get us off track, but it is, if you look across a lot of the Xbox first-party titles, they launch in like 70s and Metacritic, but they turn into really excellent games.
Exactly.
Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. I mean, Halo and Gears always launch well, but even as a service, they add all kinds of maps and modes and everything else. It's becoming kind of a standard thing for them, so it's interesting. State of Decay is another one I'd love to go back with you guys and play.
Yeah, we should, man, for sure.
So, Bert, what you been up to? Playing some Mortal Kombat,
yeah,
finally?
I finally got it. I finished the story mode last night. I think the whole thing's maybe 3.5 hours or something, and it's super fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Man, one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. It's absolutely gorgeous. A lot of homage or homage. Homage.
You're talking about cheese?
Who knows? to the to the original
1972 homage.
Homage. A lot of homage to the original game and the skins of the characters and stuff. So I really liked seeing that. One of the things that I thought some of the Mortal Kombat games got away from was some of the original parts of the games that everybody loved a lot. And I think they did it in 10 too. They had a lot of characters that you fought against that never ended up really being playable characters. I really hope Cyrax and Sector come back because they're some of my favorite characters and to play with. And we'll see if that happens. Shiva had a little, cameo in there, even though you didn't really fight or anything. But it's cool to see all these characters, and I really enjoy it. I'm having a good time online, even though I'm getting destroyed at the moment. It's one of those games to where if you don't play it at the start, the skill level and the skill gap between a new player and people that are playing already is just so massive that you might be just too far behind. But really enjoying that. Finished Yakuza 0 finally. Fantastic game if you can get into the franchise and everything. It's some of the best storytelling I've seen in a long time. Kiwami 1 is my next game to play, so I'm going to be picking that up eventually. I'm going to take a little break from Yakuza because I think they said if you shoot through the first one, which is Yakuza 0, without doing any side missions, you're looking at 18 to 20 hours. I tend to search around a little bit, and I ended up being at 35 hours. And when I finished it, it still said I had only completed 30% of the game.
Jesus.
So
that's an 80-hour game for me.
Yeah, that's
Maybe even longer. There's so much to do in the world. And one of the negative things about the game when you finish it is once you finish it, you can't go back into the world because I guess the story's been told, but you can do New Game Plus and do things from scratch again. I like a game where I can finish it, go back and do side missions that I may have missed or whatever and uncover things that I didn't see before. And there's so much in this game that progresses due to the story that you lose some of that. So I wish that didn't happen. That's the only negative I found with the game. But what a masterpiece, in my opinion, if you like the Yakuza games. I think Dan loves them as well. So I'm a massive fan. And I just don't want to spend another 40 hours in the Yakuza world just yet. I'll do that maybe in the next game or two. But that's it. Haven't really done much multiplayer this week. Work's been kicking my butt, so not a lot going on there. But those two things are just fantastic.
Cool. So I got a quick on-the-spot question. I haven't done one of those in a while. Nothing to make you really think too hard, but we're talking about Gamescom, and we're talking about coming up on basically the fall rush. We're only about 2 weeks away because a bunch of games come out at the end of August this year, and then it kicks into the blockbusters after that. So what game out of everything, so you've got all the ones in August, you got Borderlands, Gears, Death Stranding, Pokemon, Luigi, Modern Warfare, there's just a ton of games coming this fall, Doom.
Yep.
What one game is your top game for the rest of the year and why?
Jeez.
You can only have one out of all the remaining games coming.
Gosh, man.
I don't care who goes first.
I'm thinking. I'm going to go with Borderlands 3 only because I think there's going to be so much to do, and there always is.
It'll be endless.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and just do it over and over. There's 4 different playable characters, so you can redo that. You can play with people online. You can play solo. There's probably going to be a crap ton of side missions. The zillions and gazillions pieces of loot, different loot. God, I mean,
just stop it.
Yeah.
You're getting me excited.
Yep. Anyway, so I mean that one.
How close are you sitting down, Dan? How close are you sitting?
Yeah, I think that would probably be it. But what I'm really looking forward to outside of that is Control. It's Control. But that one's like so easy. It's like of course Borderlands 3 for the most part. I mean, you guys might say Gears, but like Control is coming out, at the end of the month.
Are you? I'm seeing. I'm starting to see people that are kind of like on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it just could be anecdotal, of course.
But. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I really kind of want to see what that one's all about because there wasn't a whole lot shown, as far as what it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm really kind of curious on that one.
I like Remedy games.
Yeah, right. And that's another thing. I love Remedy games, and so I like to see what they do with that one. But yeah, there's a ton. It's ridiculous. Talk about, Astral Chain. That's another one that's going to be taken up. I don't even have time.
No.
There's no time. This is ridiculous. Game developers. What are you thinking?
Bert, what you got?
So I'm going to cheat just in a kind of a weird way.
There we go. We're not even to name that game yet.
On the spots.
On the spots. For my personal, just for me, single solo player, I have a tie, and it's for Luigi's Mansion and Link's Awakening. And that's I'm a big Zelda guy, as you guys know. And I'm a massive Luigi's Mansion fan. I've actually played that game through a number of times, and I really want to see what this one looks like and plays like all the way through. And then from a multiplayer perspective, Gears. I mean, why is this over? Which conversation should be over?
What are we doing
already.
here?
I mean, what are we doing here? That and then Modern Warfare, I think, is just going to surprise people. It's going to be like, wow, finally a Call of Duty that's new and something not recycled. But at the same time, I think it will maybe say the same thing again. We're playing this again, or what? So I don't know. That's it for me. This might be the dumbest fall in a long time. I was just looking at the release things. There's so much coming out that it's just hard to narrow down, but that's my quick answer.
Your quick answer with 4 titles.
4 different titles.
That's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I was quick in each one.
So mine's pretty obvious. Mine's Gears. Because with Gears you get the total package. You get an awesome story mode that I'm really looking forward to. I just read the prequel to the story on the plane. And in Germany, so it was really, really good book. It's actually the first book I finished in I don't know how many years.
Since high school.
It might be.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. So that was really cool. I'm looking at the story, but then you get multiplayer I'll put hundreds of hours into, and then you get Horde and Escape, and those are great co-op modes. So you just get everything, and everything it'll be supported for a year or 2 to come. So
Yep.
Borderlands 3's easy second, if not 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in the same week, which is ridiculous.
Within 3 days of each other.
It's crazy.
Dear Lord.
I thought you were going to say Shenmue 3.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. We can usually take that one out and put it in its own separate category. Shenmue.
If it was 2004,
Yes.
it would maybe be up there. Maybe.
I think it looks like it's from 2004.
All right, so with that, let's get to Name That Game, Dan. Dan is hosting it this week.
Here's where my phone dies when I start looking at
Oh,
it.
God.
Right in the middle of our show.
Let's see what we got. By the way, I did listen to the whole Bitcast last week with Alden on the airplane. I think I told you guys, I got Cool Spot on question 6, but I didn't know what the name of the sequel was. I could not remember the sequel, so I wouldn't have gotten
The fact that it had a sequel,
it.
blows my mind. The fact that it actually existed
The fact that you had no idea what it was.
The fact that it wasn't Altered Beast 3 is a travesty. So
I can't remember. I can't believe you didn't know what Cool Spot was. That was like they were in commercials all the time.
yeah, but man, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I literally, if I fall asleep at night, everything that happened prior to that is gone. I don't know if it's like a short-term memory or long-term memory loss. I don't know what it is.
Your brain's constantly on the purge.
Yeah, I mean, I got to really, really focus. I don't even remember what I played yesterday. I have to write it down. This is garbage. All right. So who's hosting? Who's going first? Is that you first?
Yeah.
All right.
The host goes first.
And you
The
get
host
2
goes
questions.
first.
Yes or no answers. All right, don't waste them. You either, Bird. You can waste yours. I don't care. All right. All right, this was released in 2004. It's a little newer game, boys, for the OG Xbox. And
Okay.
then later that year for Windows.
Okay. Knights of the Old
That's the
Republic.
clue, huh?
Gosh, that would have been awesome. I wish I had picked that game. No.
No, that would have been too easy, I think. But I have
Yeah.
to guess it.
Yeah,
Did you say, Dan, did you
No.
say 2004?
that was your question. Yes. 2004.
2000.
Or choose one of his questions.
Started out with Xbox and then moved to
The OG.
PC.
I love the OG
Xbox.
Rick.
Xbox. One of my favorites.
This
Yep.
is probably my favorite game from the OG Xbox.
Okay.
That's really
Is it Jade Empire?
No.
Great game.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
game, though.
Great game.
I wish they would
Needs a
revisit
sequel.
that RPG like martial arts.
Right.
Come on.
Seems like a no-brainer.
Then again, BioWare is not what they used to be.
Guys, we need to talk about that. All right. Probably a good thing. All right, this one, we'll give it away right here. It was developed by Starbreeze Studios.
Oh. Is it, gosh dang it, hold on. Too Human.
No. Also a good game.
I can see.
We need
What?
a lot of good games when we have with our guesses. It's always like, oh man, yeah, I remember that game. That was fantastic.
I can remember the logo. I mean, I can picture the logo for Starbreeze, but that doesn't help me on the actual original Xbox.
I feel like we just saw something with Starbreeze somewhere, but who
I think
knows?
we did. I don't know.
Well,
if
they
we
had
did.
that big earlier this year. They were in the news. No, seriously, they were in the news like some not bankruptcy, something happened with the company. I forget now. I purged it.
Yep.
I don't really have a good
Story
guess
of
here.
my life.
Let's go with
Altered Beast 2.
no, that was exclusive to Sega.
Sure.
I don't have a good guess here. Project Gotham, which it's not. Go for it.
No. All right. Any questions so far? No. Okay. All right. The game was re-released in 2009 with updated graphics, AI, and a sequel.
Oof.
Wait, what was that clue? It was released in 2009 with
This
better
is the
graphics.
third question
and
that you've asked. You're already out of them. Yes, it was re-released in 2009 with updated graphics, an updated AI, and its sequel.
Oh, okay. Means it's you.
Yeah, I know. My brain doesn't have anything here.
I mean, these are very, very vague, hints. So, I mean,
Yeah,
they'll
that's
get more
fine.
specific.
I'll get there.
No, you won't.
Way of the Warrior.
No. I like older pieces.
Starbreeze Studios.
No, it's a real game.
Oh, is it really? Okay. Well, thanks for pointing that out.
Released in 2009 with a
Yes.
sequel. Fuzion Frenzy.
No.
Oh.
That's fun.
No. Okay.
That's like one of the worst rated games ever, wasn't it?
Oh, it was rated poorly, but if you had 4 people playing it, it was
that a
hilarious.
blast. Oh, yeah. I think it's also backwards compatible. All right, Bert.
It is. Yep.
What? Who? What?
I said, yeah, it is. We actually played it.
Oh, there you go. All right, the main character's name is Richard.
Oh, God.
All right, this is going to come into play later on in Name That Game, just so you know.
Richard.
Richard. Never referred to as Dick.
So,
It could be,
Just
could be
Richard.
one of 937 games.
I'm going to go with my yes or no question here, Dan.
Yes.
Dan. Is it a first-person shooter?
If you would have waited about 2 or 3 hints into it, you would have got the answer to that question. But yes, it is a first-person shooter.
Okay, and it's a first-person shooter.
How would I do? I've only got 9.
Is it the game? Is it the game Fear? Fear.
Oh, I remember that game. That was before I was a big pussy, and I played scary games. That was a good game, though.
Yeah, Fear was a good game.
Love that game.
Yep.
And the sequel.
Starbreeze.
God,
What?
I want to look up Starbreeze Studios so bad, but it's cheating. You can't do that.
Oh god, what's that game called? I can picture the box art.
I think it's Golgo 14.
Yes.
Damn it.
The Meteos Factor. That's what it's called.
Oh, not. I'm just gonna say it's not it, but Black.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
That's a good game.
Also
Yeah.
backwards compatible.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, here's the next one. Sorry, Bert. It's a first-person stealth action-adventure game. Stealth action-adventure game.
You say Cell?
Stealth. Like hiding.
Oh, stealth.
Sneaky. Stealthy. So I guess that was a little bit more expanded on Bert's yes or no question.
Well, like we talk about too. It's always harder when you're on the other side.
It is.
Um,
My favorite days. When I don't have to guess Sonic.
First-person shooter that has stealth elements. Deus Ex.
No.
Yeah.
No. Also,
I know it's not, but
Again.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I say this after every guess.
Oh.
Good game.
Okay, I have a guess. I think I remember the name
Oh.
of the box art I was picturing, but go ahead, Bert.
Is it that game called 13 by Roman numerals?
I remember that. No. But yeah, I remember that game. I don't think I ever played it.
I remember that game. No,
Yeah.
not that game.
No, not that game. But yeah, I remember
Okay.
seeing that.
By the way, Bert, when I listened to Bitcast last week, you did it again. You said, I know what it is, and then guessed it and was wrong. So,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that
Not
here
doing
any
it.
moment.
This hasn't happened yet.
No. I
All right.
think you just did that, Ames. You're
No, I haven't made my guess yet.
Okay,
No,
wow.
but you said
Oh,
I think I have a guess.
Yes.
Now you
Go
have a
ahead.
guess? Now he has a guess.
I have
But it's not your turn.
It's not.
It's Bert's turn. While it is solely a single-player game, its sequel did include a multiplayer component. with multiplayer.
Or should you expand on, like, you mean like co-op or just like you're playing against each
No,
other?
they play
That's
against each
kinda
other, like deathmatch-ish.
Oh, okay, got it. The Richard name just throwing me off.
It's
in
going
all
to
kinds of
at the very
directions.
Because I basically give you the answer. Because we have to have somebody's score here.
I have to have a solid answer here because Ains might have it here.
No, I don't.
Let me think.
I already
Okay.
threw him off, Richard.
Yeah,
Richard.
The protagonist of mine is named Dick.
Yeah, no, it's way off.
Yeah, I can't even think of a game. Xbox, game, PC, the shooter, stealth mechanics.
I played the shit out of the original Xbox too.
Yeah, you should have played more.
Yeah, so did I. This is going to be some game we haven't played, I bet.
No,
but
for sure you've played this one. No, maybe not. I always say that, but that's never the case for some reason. Because you guys are.
Hey, I'm still pissed about Dark Legacy.
That was garbage.
No, that was a girl. I was about to say Perfect Dark, but that's Joanna Dark, so can't be her.
And there's a lot of girls named Richard.
I got next to. How about Return to Castle Wolfenstein?
Nice. I didn't even know that was an OG Xbox game.
Dude, that was one of the best OG
I never
Xbox
played
games.
it. I played Wolfenstein.
It was multiplayer only.
That's why I never played it.
It was awesome.
That'd be
That
it.
was fantastic.
I just noticed that Joanna Dark is above your head, by the way. My guess is No One Lives Forever.
That is wrong.
Damn it.
It's okay though.
Moving
The
on.
Bond game?
It's a Bond game.
Yeah, it's not the one I'm thinking of. There's a game. Never mind. Go ahead.
We're getting there, guys. All right, no worries. We're 5 in. Really only 4 because Bert wasted his question. All right, this is number 6. Jeez, the game was critically acclaimed, sitting at an 89 on Metacritic and an 8.9 user rating as well. What are the chances of that happening?
That's pretty odd.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
So I've
God, how do
definitely
we not know this game?
I was gonna say we definitely know it.
Yeah, these next 3 will make it much easier. That's how we play. Name that game.
I have one of my yes/no questions.
Yes, you have 2.
Yeah, no.
Go
This is
back
the
to
first
back.
one. This is the first one.
Don't waste it.
Was the sequel multi-platform?
Yes. Let me make sure, but I'm like 99% sure it was. I can tell you where it was on. I think it was on PS3. Don't look into my eyes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yes or no, but that's. I just found out something interesting.
Okay. How about Saboteur?
That was on 360, I think.
I remember that game though.
Yeah.
That
Supposed
was
to
a
be
weird
pretty
art
good. I
style.
never played
I
it.
never played it either. I'm just trying to think of anything that comes to mind.
You're getting there.
So on that clue, I think that was Xbox only. I was gonna say I'm gonna throw out a stupid guess, but the orange box.
No.
Yeah.
No. However, speaking of the orange box, the next clue. All right. The devs were inspired by such games as Splinter Cell, and this game's opening scene is an homage. Again, you used it twice in one episode, to the Half-Life opening scene. The movie Escape from Alcatraz
Jesus,
is
how
also
insane.
it's also cited as an inspiration.
Okay.
I'm just throwing out all these inspirations for you.
Okay. Escape from Alcatraz and
Splinter
Half-Life
Cell.
and Splinter Cell.
Yes.
Influences.
Yes. Influences. Whose turn is it? Bert?
Burts Turn.
Burt's turn.
It's my turn, but I got nothing still. You did say it was a first-person shooter with stealth, so my guess was going to be a third-person game, which it's not. How about System Shock?
Gosh, I didn't know that was on Xbox.
I think I actually do
Oh,
have
he's
it.
got it this time.
I'm gonna burn it.
He's gonna bird it.
Ready?
It is not System Shock. No.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic
Yes.
game! How did I miss that one?
Fantastic game.
Got it.
What a great game. I almost basically said Escape.
How did we
From
not
what
get
you're
that
made.
sooner? Bert?
Wait a minute. What's the name of the game you called it, Ains?
The Chronicles of Riddick.
Chronicles of Riddick.
I guess he didn't give the specific one, but yeah,
Well,
I don't care.
That is not the right answer.
It's Escape from Butcher
It's
Bay,
Escape
right?
from Butcher Bay.
Damn it. Okay, you got it.
Yeah,
You
no,
got
I mean...
Right. The Chronicles of Escape from Butcher Bay, because the sequel, The Dark
it.
Athena,
I was trying to.
that I wouldn't have gotten.
the sequel,
I was trying to steal it there. I was
You're
trying to
trying.
steal it. I fully admit it.
tried. But yeah, okay, the last two were, during the game, the player develops Eye Shine, which allows you to see in the dark but blinds you in well-lit areas. And it's prequel. It's a prequel, I'm sorry, to a movie.
Wait a
starring the
minute.
Bald protagonist.
Wait,
from the
his
Fast and
name is
Furious.
Richard?
Richard B. Riddick.
What the hell?
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
Did not know that.
I didn't either. This whole time I thought his name was
his
just
name is
Riddick.
Dick Riddick.
Yeah, Dick Burdick. Dick
No,
Rid-
Dick Riddick.
Yeah, Dick Riddick. Gosh, that's terrible. Who did
Damn
that
it!
to him?
If only I was having another son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Richard Bruno Riddick.
Bruno.
Bruno. I didn't even get that much in.
Yeah.
That's great.
Perfect. All right. Yeah,
All
Riddick.
right.
Seems almost like
Richard.
a porn name or something.
It is.
I can't believe between me and Bert we didn't get that sooner.
Such a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I
Gosh,
love
my
that
favorite.
game.
Yeah.
I love that
Classic.
game.
Awesome.
Well, very cool. Very cool.
Yay.
At least we got it. All right, cool. So we're going to close out, guys. There are a couple things to mention here. So like we said earlier, Gamescom, this week we'll be covering it, obviously, talking about things. So interact with us, look for articles on SG. And on our YouTube channel right now, Bert has put up 2 new reviews of some kind of peripherals for your PS4 controllers. Bert, I don't know if there's anything you want to say specific about those.
No, check them out. I mean, we try to do peripherals on everything. We've covered Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. We've got more coming, so stay tuned for more stuff coming. And hopefully you enjoy them. If you got any feedback or if there's a peripheral you want us to do more on, let us know. It's some of our most viewed content, so we'd like to give you guys more stuff.
Yeah, in fact, I just got feedback from someone on Twitter yesterday. They bought a Nikon Unlimited based on our video, and he said he loves it. So,
Yeah, here's the thing.
Thanks.
I need to get, I bought the Nikon,
Yeah.
obviously, and I love the Nikon so much. I am going to buy Control on the PS4 just
so
so
you
I
can
can
use it?
play it and use my damn controller.
Nice.
I never get to use it, man. I mean, that's not any kind of like weird counseling word. It's just.
you haven't played anything on
I
Danny,
play
PS4 lately.
PS4. I'm so stuck on Sea of Thieves. It's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna start playing some multiplayer over there so I can use my awesome controller because I love it.
I can tell you,
love
playing Days Gone with it is night and day
Oh, I
compared
can,
to my
yeah.
prior controller.
Oh,
so.
for sure.
What were you gonna say?
Dan
Mike?
should have just said it. Dan should have just said he's buying a version on Xbox and PlayStation 4.
I mean, that
because
might
of the
happen.
controller.
Might have because watch the
Yeah.
Xbox One X1 will be like way better.
You see, I mean, that's my biggest thing. Is it gonna be that much different? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
we'll
get free
see.
stuff with the PS4 version, maybe.
I'm sure Digital Foundry will do it, but anyway,
I'm gonna buy
I
2
have an
versions.
article I'm working on right now. I think I mentioned it before going on vacation, and then I actually got sick going to Germany, and so on the flight there, I just tried to sleep the whole time, and I never got to write it. So I am working on it about the best new IPs of this generation, and then I'm also working on a new series that's going to be on our Season Gaming YouTube channel as well. So keep an eye out for that, hopefully in the coming weeks.